This is a true story. This really happened. Beware of snakes, sometimes called your friend. I don't mean to make this sound ominous. However, your friends can get you into a little trouble. In other words, depending on the situation and the circumstances, beware of snakes. Of course, this is all in jest. But I'm not naming names to protect the innocent, or in this case, the not so innocent. Let me first tell you this. My great-grandnephew has Down syndrome. He is 16 now and every bit the teenager. We are very proud of him. His mother had t-shirts made. His great-grandmother, my mother, wore hers proudly. Oh, don't worry, I'll explain later why I mention this. Our friends, my husband and I, decided to do a float down the river Yakima in Washington State. For those of you who don't know what a float is, you get in a little boat, inner tube or other flotation device, put it in the water and let the flow of the water take you down the river. You bring along paddles to navigate if needed. We thought it would be grand to take my mother along. She loved the idea. So here we are, gathered on the river, 2 novices, 2 experienced floaters, and my mother in her "We Don't Count Chromosomes" t-shirt. Ready to go, with 2 inflatable boats, a couple of small ice chests holding our refreshments for the day, various other items, and a sense of excitement. We push off into the water, scramble into the boats, then tie the boats together so we can talk as we float. The men, being men, got out the paddles to help center us in the river. As you probably know, rivers have no idea what you are doing and will, it seems like, fight against your every move. It also doesn't help if the experienced floater, we will call him EF, knows what he is doing and has a trick up his sleeve. Beware of snakes. Seems we were getting a little close to one of the banks of the river, so EF starts paddling. My husband joins in. Between the 2 of them, they sent us directly to the other bank, filled with underbrush and low-hanging scrub bushes. After that, EF was able to swing that floating flotilla around so that Mom, husband, and I had to duck to keep from scraping our faces on the branches. EF's laughing all the way. Once all the excitement calms down, we get settled into the float with our adult beverages in hand. In our case, chilled red wine. Suddenly, my husband feels something crawling on his leg. Looking down, what does he see? Just peeking out of his swim trunks was the tail end of a little snake. All hell breaks loose. My husband grabs the snake and slings it, thinking it will land in the river. Instead, it hits my mother square in the chest. No big deal, right? We'll just grab it again and this time get it out of the boat. EF hollers, "It's a baby rattlesnake. They are more deadly than the full-grown ones." Chaos ensues, drinks fly up into the air, raining wine all over us. My mother now looks like she'd been shot. Her t-shirt, which she is very proud of, is now full of blood. Wine stains, of course. In addition to that, Mom butt-walks out of the boat. I scramble to the other side. My husband grabs the oars, scoops up the snake, and finally flips it out of the boat into the water. All hands turn their attention to Mom. Wait, did I mention? Mom doesn't swim. There she is, straddled between 2 boats, feet in one, head in the other, and her behind dragging in the water. If you can, picture in your mind a pair of lumberjacks pulling a saw back and forth across the log. That's the motion EF and my husband were using to try and get Mom back into the boat. However, after a few minutes of this, she decided to stand up. The water at that point in the river is only knee-deep. Now here's Mom, with the t-shirt she's so proud of because of who it represents, permanently stained. Many times in our lives, we are often steered into danger, the wrong direction, by our good friends. They usually don't mean anything by it, and we readily enjoy the process. In other words, if we lose focus, our direction to where we are going, snakes may get into the boat with us. We may permanently stain those things we are proud of, downgrading the treasure of someone we are proud of. Staying focused on who we are and who we wish to become isn't an easy task. When we endeavor to complete our goals and find our direction, becoming all that we can be, preventing those snakes and stains from getting into the boat with us, we then create that treasure. Life is that journey. The course isn't always smooth, and beware of those snakes. When we focus and stand up, we will find the waters only knee deep, and we have kept those snakes in the bushes.